Ecstasy. What is ecstasy? Is it a drug, a feeling, or a mental genocide? Charles Dickens once described ecstasy as listening to sweet music in a perfect rapture. In the previous year, WordNet.Princeton.edu's definition was a state of being carried away by an overwhelming emotion. In the present year, WordNet.Princeton.edu's definition is updated with the following: MDMA 3-4 parts methyl-deoxy and methamphetamine, most commonly known today by the street name ecstasy, often abbreviated EX or XTC, is a semi-synthetic member of the amphetamine class of the psychoactive drugs, subclass to the phthalamines. The question is, what is the real definition of ecstasy? What a user of the drug experiences and undergoes during the state of the psychoactive drug known as ecstasy. The feeling is ultimately a single, self described as a euphoric rush. The cause of this is its ability to heighten senses, raise body temperature, and in a sense create feelings of warmth and empathy. Ecstasy affects our nervous system by releasing massive amounts of the two neurotransmitters, serotonin and dopamine, which stimulates the brain's reward and pleasure center. Consequently, chronic use of ecstasy causes unbalanced levels of serotonin. To repeat, is this the ecstasy that Charles Dickens described? Evidently, I beg to differ. It's proven that most, if not all, the general population, when asked about their thoughts on ecstasy, can all relate this term to the drug. For example, I possess two similar tribal tattoos on my legs, with the three letters reading XTC with a flint type background. Anyone who has seen this automatically resorts to that same response, immediately thinking of the drug. Though the truth is far from it, I stop and wonder, even if I were to explain the history behind the tattoo, the question is, would they understand? To illustrate, what is a drug in general? A drug is a substance that is used as a medicine or a narcotic. Furthermore, a drug is but a chemical compound that which is similar to Tylenol and Prozac, all of which only trigger a certain neurotransmitter that causes it to affect in a specific way. Apparently, there's a documentary known similarly as Rolling. It follows a group of culturally diverse population ranging from teens to adults, college students to lawyers, etc., all sharing their stories about experiences as well as their points of view on ecstasy. And it goes to show how the drug helps them take their whole life, every feeling, every experience, and in a way funnel it into a centrifuge with anxiety and stress, thus creating hope, love, and passion. Showing exactly how they relate and connect to people, as well as expressing emotional feelings and coping with any stressors or anxiety. Accordingly, the documentary Rolling depicts the drug as a beautiful thing, and although one of the characters ultimately dies, the response to why, in their opinion, people try ecstasy is in turn to feel that state of love. On the contrary, every single user in the Rolling movie all admitted that ecstasy is in fact an escape that is used from reality. Conversely, if this was true to be if this was true, by using ecstasy to momentarily create a fictional sense of love, hope, and passion, is this the illusion that follows escaping reality? The song Ecstasy from the artist ATB states the following: "You really are my ecstasy, my real life fantasy. Not that I'm complaining, a more beautiful vision I have ever seen. If you don't mind me saying, with love, ambitions has fulfilled my dreams. The song itself doesn't describe the drug nor give any reference in any way, shape, or form. Accordingly, I can relate to this matter. My ecstasy isn't a drug or an escape of some sort, it is life itself. Yes, at times, the pressures of life may be enough to relinquish a person's morals, but if we hold on to what little hope we have to look forward to the next day in a positive direction and try to shape our attitudes, our character, thus molding a better person, and in turn, learn the value of hard work and gain integrity, we will value what we have. Finally, acknowledging what is the lesson, the real lesson that people out there need to know. That is to value life itself. Many people go through life spending it as if it were money, and finally, material items end up owning its possessor. To conclude, it doesn't take a nihilist to completely understand the true value of material items compared to a life. In addition, I believe the real key to immortality is truly living a life worth living for. However, with the media and worldly issues, many are blinded by what they claim is a dream, evidently ignoring what comes first, which is the true meaning of happiness. That being said, I consider myself a facilitator of information, giving my thoughts and opinions on the definition of ecstasy. The reason why I did not conclude in its meaning is because it would simply be morally presumptuous on my part. Therefore, I'll leave it to the eye of the beholder. And as Seal will put it, from the song Kiss from a Rose, love is a drug that's a high and not the pill.